Hello everybody. Today I just want to do a quick rundown on how to set up deck parks. And I know I started on this last night, however I didn't get very far just because I was getting a bit tired. So here's a quick rundown now that I've more or less done most of these positions and stuff. Okay, so first off, you need to go and create your static. So all of these are all static models. They are using information found in your chosen aircraft file. You essentially want to go down to resources. You want to go to here, and that is going to become your parent model. Everything else will be parented to it. So we go into our Invincible file. Hang on. Let's do this. There we go. So yes, you bring up the the aircraft that you want to use as your static, and put in, and that's going to be your parent submodel information right there. And then you need to go and start making all of your groups, all your submodel groups. So for ease of maintenance, I've got these are all of my statics. And then when we come back a bit further down, you can see that I have all of their parts. And like here they are. So whenever you're importing a model into a different model, like from outside of the original source, you need to remember to include the resource mesh folder to get your pathing. You need to include the root mesh. It needs to have an extension if it's a custom model. You put in the what the mesh group name is, which is this part, and then material data. So the map file pathing location, and then the actual map file itself to call up the textures. Then after that, excuse me. Then after that, all you need to worry about is putting in your positions and your rotations, if you want to have rotations. Now, important thing to note is that on aircraft, they have pivots. They got pitch. So you want to go and you want this. You also will be wanting this number. What that number will do is tell you to offset. So when it spawns in, you want to take, sorry, I've moved. You want to take this number, take that number, and then take this from here. And then that will get you this number here. So now, once you've got all your statics all set up, your next step is to go and set up the elevators. And the elevator it's pretty straightforward. All you want really is the spawn position to match up where the static model is. And to make sure you set your rotation. Because all my models have rotation in there, the spawn will have a rotation as well. And for deck parks, we want to have single vehicles as true. That stops anything else from going in there. And you want to set your supported class. Supported classes line. And what that does is also creates another filter and prevents other mesh objects from trying to spawn in that location. And we only want the Sea Harrier, for example. So, and as we can see, like Sea Harriers are all up here. So once we get that all set, and I've even included taxi paths with a basic waypoint. These are very simple with how they move. And I've set these up so they go to, all of these are going to a launch point back around here. and that launch point is blocking pretty much everything else. And the reason for that is because I still wanted to use the elevators, and by putting a block in there means that this elevator will not be trying to send aircraft till all of these are done, because these have high priority. And also to note, in this example, I have not set them to return to their parks. On Melbourne, I have them returning back to their parks. I find returning to parks gets pretty janky. Also, you'll see, I'll do an example right now. Best example to do is back here. So that one spawns in, rolls forward, that one's fine. Sometimes they do a rollback on spawn in. And to prevent that, you add in a ride position entry. So on the Sea Kings, for example, they were terrible. They kept rolling back. That's not what I want. So add a ride position and set it a little bit in front of where the Sea King is. It's all because they don't quite understand where the center point of the model is. So they're off. And for ease, I get all four of them going. Don't ask me why they do that weird forward rock thing. It's just something that they do. And let's just queue up another 4 as well. That's fine. So, yeah, the elevator will engage, it'll drop. That's no drama. Granted, ideally, because it's, you know, the wing is past the white line, I don't really want that. So at some point I might look at making this disable that elevator point.
On station.
Like properly block it from working.
On station.
So yep, that will just all take off.
On station.
And then from there, I do need to reposition this Sea King.
On station.
So that they don't just path right through it. But yeah, I can sort that out a bit later. So after you go and get your positions and your spawns set up, the next part is the animation file. Animation file is quite easy. I'll bring up mine. So here is the animation file. So all I have is a hide and a show, which then links over in here for hide and show for the hangar extension retraction. And you just set them up to assign to the parent model. So as we can see, they're all in there. And then down here, to set it up, it's just a single step. That's it. So as soon as this animation activates, it goes, alright, step 1 is at 0. Oh, that's going to be at -2. That's somewhere in the ocean. So if we really wanted to, I could look straight down and go, hey, look, we've got some planes. I might adjust that. They don't need to drop by too much. Inside here is only about 0.2 at most. And that's an easy fix. I can just add a 0.2 to all of these. The return point is going to be the static position. So easy way of just bring up F10, respawn, and I can check this by simply going hide. Did I put a negative on that? I did. Okay. And that's essentially the general process in how you do it. You just gotta set things to how you feel comfortable with. Alright, hope you enjoy.